Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Resonant Rise, Expeditionary Force. I am your host, KirinDave, and I am here to tell you that so much has happened between, well, I gotta say, actually, a very passive set of things has happened. For one, though, Scythe let me borrow his Osmotic Enchanter, which we'll be building Aroma very soon, so that means I have some armor that's a lot better right now. Oh, yay. Get that creeper head. I could use that. Ooh. Anyway, so I have a bunch of stuff to show you, not the least of which, first of all, is that you may notice I have a Klein Star Omega. Now, you can see that basically this thing will let us unlock the alchemical tome, although there's not a good reason to do that, but it's made from 4 Klein Spheres, which are made from 4 Klein Star Vieres, which are made from 4 Klein Star Dries, which are made from 4 Klein Stars Wise, which are made from 4 Klein Star Ions, which we made last time. So yes, not only do I have travel anchors in, you'll see what the next one's about, but basically I have a lot of EMC. I made a bunch of stuff. You'll note, by the way, if you look at the tooltip at the top, that it says Energy Collector Mark III, and similarly over here, Antimatter Relay Mark III. I've upgraded them all the way. So just to show you what that looks like, let's just look at the relay, because, that's a thing. The Antimatter Relay Mark I just takes a block of diamond. I say just, but it, was pretty difficult. This one takes the Mark I relay, Dark Matter, which we had to make via this methodology, which is, you saw me do. And I made a ton of that. I have all the Dark Matter. Let's see. Then I use the Dark Matter to make this portable transmutation tablet, which is simple to make. You just need blocks of Dark Matter, which are indestructible except to Dark Matter or Red Matter tools. Kind of a cool building material, and pretty much immune to anything else. So you can see I have 60,000 EMC now. And some stuff, it actually is teachable, even when there shouldn't be, like lab blocks. You can toss the flint in there. And you can see that we have 51 million EMC in there, 51 million, so we have 100 million EMC on us, which is fantastic. But you'll also note that lots of things that I mouse over don't have EMC values. So, that's a thing that we should take into consideration. I also have this catalytic lens, which is basically an upgraded destruction catalyst. It can fire out some explosives, which I'm not going to do here. And then I went on to make red matter. So I have all sorts of awesome stuff here. And I'm actually going to pull out this, some red matter tools as I need them, then I can drop them back in, because this weapon's really useful. We'll be using its properties soon, but whatever. Now, something I found out about the downside of these pickaxes is that if we do uses on them, you'll see that there are a few things we can do. We should make a red morning star just because that's super useful, but you'll notice they don't accept any enchantments. They really don't. They really don't accept them at all. So these red matter pickaxes, for what they're worth, are just, they're great, but they're not perfect, right? Because they can't take enchants. So if you were interested in getting lots and lots of materials, too bad. That said, I am not going to be foregoing the traditional resource generation, although I haven't done it yet because I wanted to do it on camera. I will finish that up, probably not this episode, but soon. We'll run into the mining world and start that up. But I did want to, at least show you that I've done it. But there's something else I want to show you, and that is this bloodstone. This bloodstone, there's no recipe for it. What you have to do is take a white stone, which is a dungeon-only drop, and drop it, or rather hold it during the full moon. That will charge up. Then you drop it during a blood moon, and then it becomes a bloodstone. And then you have to go and kill a bunch of enemies. I mean, we're talking, I have a counter of over 200 there because we had to kill over 200 enemies. No real problem, and I'm going to show you why, because we're actually going to go and go ahead and do that. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to keep this armor on. I'm not going to be using red matter armor, although there is an interesting property. So let's go back over to the tablet. We toss that back in. Let's toss a red matter chest plate. Now, if I take this to the enchantment table, it will fail. But if we do look, it does support enchantments. So a bunch of them, actually, including protection and thorns and basically fiery aura, basically all of the vanilla ones. Now, that means that it can't take on some of the best enchantments. Like, let's see, how about for these boots? Like, for example, I really love this special ability. Let's actually go down here and I can show you the special ability. So if I had this, this ability to slow fall and leave a little trail, super useful. Yeah, and there's another level of the hallway here. It's not quite done because these are a lot of work, but, interdiction torch here because I think there's some spawning in here. I think we're out of range of this other arcane lamp. But if we go over here, this is the strange set of tunnels that I found underneath my base. And then over here is my blood magic room. This is actually kind of fun. So if I turn on this, that turns on a spawner for Thaumcraft Eldritch Guardians. And I've been actually having a great time with this. So let me go ahead and pull this out. Let's just go ahead and grab this bag and use this. You see we have 4 red matter, but here's my Dagger of Sacrifice, which I've colored. And I'll grab out my Sacrificial Knife as well, just so you can see I've colored that one as well. So this will take a sec for them to spawn, because it does take a little while for it to kind of... I don't have it fully upgraded yet. There we go. There he is. So you want to see some true catharsis? Look at this Spectre being forced out of the wall. Let's see if we can get him to... He's stuck. There's multiples of them now. And we can just go, boop. Aha! What do you think about that, you crazy nightmare? And boop. That one's probably... Yeah, that one got knocked out. And this actually feeds my altar pretty well overall. And the damage is pretty low, so I'm fairly safe. And honestly, it feels really good. And it makes my base atmospherically foggy. However, I mean, I'll be honest, like, I thought this would be much better than it was. It does take a long time for that thing to start working. It's pretty cool when it does, but, yeah, we're gonna need to figure out a better way to make Sacrifice work. I'm not satisfied with the performance of it. And, I don't think I'm happy with it. So, I think we're gonna stick to Self-Sacrifice. Now, the Bloodstone that I'm carrying, it doesn't need to be in my hotbar, but I'll put it back in my hotbar, does have a neat property. If I go ahead and use this dagger, this one here, the Sacrificial Knife, now you'll notice that my health regens really quickly, more quickly than you expect. I have 200 charges, over 200 charges on my Bloodstone, which means that I get half a heart a second. Now, if we go ahead and finish charging this, it'll be half a heart, half a second, so 1 heart a second, which will make this a lot easier, because you'll note it's not regeneration. It doesn't trigger hunger. So as it stands right now, it's actually really effective. Now, I think that maybe what we could do is call the Blood Moon and use that now as a means to actually, get things done. So let's just, I think we could do it right here. One sec, I'm going to build the ritual circle we need to call the Blood Moon. All right, I think I've got it laid out correctly. So now, if I understand the rules correctly, this is a ritual circle to summon the Blood Moon. Now, it's sort of the middle of the day, but we can do that in a sec. Let's try it. All right, folks, I think this is the proper ritual circle. I think it has to be under the open sky, and let's see here. We need to right-click the center block. Just not working. I wonder if it's already going to be a Blood Moon. I wonder if that's why. Well, I guess we could just wait a sec and find out. If not, Well, folks, I am sure that the ritual didn't work, but I don't know why. But a Blood Moon did happen on its own, and I'm just logging out to clear the admin work I was doing, make sure that I'm not in cheat mode, and let me show you how you charge this Bloodstone. Voila, 213. So all we have to do now, oh wow, look at this, is we just have to wreak havoc. And this is my new toy, the Chain Lightning Focus, which I love very much. And with this focus, it's really easy to just completely destroy everything around you. Now, of course, these Nightmare mobs do present a little bit more of a challenge than the average mob, because, well, they are Nightmare, and they're tricky. Let's see, did you drop anything cool? Not really, no. Okay. But yeah, so we can just fly around and just completely become a terror of the night. One of the reasons... One of the reasons that I changed the color of my outfit... Ooh, boy, these storm mobs are wreaking havoc with my mojo here. But, yeah, so as you can see, we're just going to pretty much destroy everything in sight. And we're definitely going to try and get that... All you have to do... Ooh, boy. Is basically just completely shatter these. Now, if we're feeling particularly frisky, we could switch to the fireballs. Now, these are a little bit dangerous, don't want to get totally out of control with these, because they are pretty dangerous to, they can start a fire, and, we may get out of control, but, whatever. But I think that ultimately the Storm Focus is really where it's at, because just look at how quickly we can just annihilate whole groups of these things. And look at all that beautiful experience. This zombie wearing a creeper head kind of confuses me, to be honest. Ooh, boy. Oh, boy. Look at all these things. Oh man, effing armor is definitely a good way to put this thing. Look at this. We're going to kill how many monsters? The best thing about this Blood Moon, really, a lot of experience. If you were wanting for experience, and you have this technique, you can do quite a bit with it. God, how many storm mobs am I going to have to face in one night? This is ridiculous. And check that out, 296 already. Suffer! Suffer! Burn to death. Burn to undeath. Re-death. Whatever you call it, I don't care. Vanish. Alright folks, well upstairs the Blood Moon's still going on and it's scary and evil and whatnot, but I thought I'd just come down here and show you, so let's just go ahead and toss in these 4 stones. Those will get sent via the item dock over there, and gradually the altar will start to lose LP. And you can see it's not a big deal. Of course, it would be best if we didn't let the transmutation fail and it started actually, you know, putting blood back in there. Right? And so you can see now that we gain health incredibly fast. Just crazily fast, really. That's quite the bit of regen. And so this would be, you know, normally it'd probably be close to enough, but going from tier 3, or rather from tier 2 to tier 3, getting the next level of thing, is actually kind of tricky. So I think we're going to put aside the spawner for a little while, and that you can see there's fans and some conveyor belts, and really just kind of a mess back there. We'll close that off for now with some more Grimstone, which, by the way, looks really cool. It's like the opposite of Holy Stone. How cool is that? And we will switch over to using some sacrifice for a while, and we'll upgrade this. So probably my next task is going to be to upgrade this altar. But before I do that, you know, I mean, I need to do a bunch of stuff, and that's fine. This is the easy part. Dex is off charging Dex's Bloodstone as well. Dex does what Dex needs to do. What we could do, though, is basically make something else to help improve our regen rate. I think that'll actually be fine down there. Let's just pop down. Oh, and let me go ahead and finish this up. Well, so for the next build that I want, we need a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit, though, not a ton. Because I would like to sort of up my indestructibility game. Now, you know that I'm constantly under siege from outsiders, from the Blood Moons, and even from, let's face it, there's some just dangerous elements around here like that. as much as I appreciated his help, I've got to be honest with you, I was a little bit disturbed by the power that that priest lying exhibited. It was kind of uncanny. So I don't want to have this problem. So what we're going to do is do a little bit more ProjectE. Now, I remember I said I'm not going to be doing a ton of stuff with it regarding the improvements to my resource gathering. We have better ways to do that than ProjectE, as strange as that sounds. But what I would like to do is use improvements to my regeneration and hunger resistance, because I feel like that's my big Achilles heel. So the first thing we're going to make is this soulstone. Everything here we need except for 2 red matter, which I have a ton of. Soulstone. The soulstone, and then similarly, we're going to take this, turn this all into sugar, and then we're going to make a body stone, like so. And then finally, we're going to take them and put them together, because if you see where he used use on this, you can see we can actually combine the soul and the body stone into a life stone. This is a fairly high-end item, not the most high-end item, but quite high-end and useful for us when we're not going to be using incredibly good armor. So all we have to do is activate it by turning the mode, and you'll notice that immediately my hunger is full. Turn it off. I could lose hunger. Not now, though. My hunger was immediately filled up. Let's hop down here. And let's give this another... Huh. I guess he just spawned in there because it was, you know... I guess... Huh. So this has 8,500. So if I just use this, almost instantly. Look at how fast that goes. That's pretty crazy. And I also won't have hunger problems anymore. So even if I did use some other system for like or a regen thing, my hunger gets filled up. So now this is using EMC out of my battery. So let's see 080. And you can see we use a little bit. It uses, I think, 32 per unit, which is, you know, not inconsiderable. I mean, you think about it this way, it's like a piece of coal, half a piece of coal. So 1 piece of coal is 1 heart. But, you know, pretty good overall. So this will allow us to do the sacrifice stuff. And I think basically what we're going to do is go for a very powerful self-sacrifice build early on. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is, you know what, Mr. Skeleton, I got to tell you, you really picked the wrong place to show up because, sacrificed. Yes. So, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and seal this all up, break down this fused quartz, and we can do that using this. We can just keep this in our inventory. Oh, on the same subject, I think that there's one other thing we could do. So, I talked about wanting to clear my status effects, right? Very hard to kill right now, but I do definitely want to have better resistance to status effects, in particular blindness, fire, other things that obstruct my vision. So, and if I do that, well, I have to pull off my flugel, my hard-earned flugel tiara to put this on. And then I can't fly. I mean, I can jump really, really high with this armor that Stace helped me get. Really, really high, right? That's pretty amazing, actually. So let's see if we can... almost. Nope. Yeah, there we go. I can actually make that jump, but not the most convenient thing in the world. We can actually, let's see, if we look at a classic, this is perhaps one of the most famous items. A Swift Wolf's Rending Gale, which is pretty easy to make. Let's just go ahead and make it. Welcome to a world where the air I breathe is mine.